Hi, church. As I shared with you last time, I've been studying through the Apostle Paul's letter to the Philippians in this season. If you're unfamiliar with the letter, Paul's writing from prison to a church in the midst of their very own challenges and suffering. And I've been reading Philippians because I really believe that Paul's letter has something vital for us in this season that we're in. Picking up in verse 9, Paul says this, "And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ to the glory and praise of God." Back in verse 4, Paul tells the church that he prays for them with joy. That's his heart's disposition. As he thinks of them and lifts them up, it's joy. But then picking up in verse 9, he tells them the content of what his prayer for them is. He says, this is what I've been laying on my face and bringing to God on your behalf, that your love would abound more and more. The love Paul's talking about is their love for one another. It's not a sentimental, warm, fuzzy kind of love. It's not a Valentine's Day love. It's practical, day-to-day life in the trenches love. We know what love is for Paul, don't we? And if you've ever been to a wedding, you know what Paul's description of love is. It's patient. It's kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It's not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. That love, Paul knows, is in us. It's not something we need to start doing because it's already there. But he wants us to have more of it and overflow with it. As a husband and a dad in this of two kids in this season, I really hope that love is what my children experience from me. I hope that when they think back to the coronavirus season, they don't, and think about dad being around more, that they don't think about my anxiety or my stress, my fearfulness or my short fuse. I hope that they think back and they remember love. That dad just abounded with love. That's my prayer for you and whoever you're doing life with, that they would experience from you more and more love. I pray that it would overflow from you to your neighbors, that they would see it and experience it too. That this love that Paul talks about is one shaped by knowledge and insight, which is so appropriate in this season. Now more than ever, we need wisdom and guidance to make decisions and exercise sound judgment. How often have you asked a question in these last days and the answer is just, we don't know. There's no playbook for this, not for what we're going through. Well, maybe that's not true. We have God's word. And as we spend time in the morning or in the evenings, whenever it is that you get into it, may it guide you and give shape and fullness to the way you express love. The result of this is the fruit of righteousness, which doesn't come from you, but from Jesus as you're connected to him. And that's going to lead to God being glorified, to people wanting to have what you have, wondering where it comes from, asking, how do you love like that? And may your love abound in that way, and to God be the glory. Be praying for you, church, praying with joy.